welcome everyone to ARC Tier 2, Round 10 in Mexico. I'm your commentator, Van Beats, joined by Righteous Fire.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going good, and hopefully everyone is having a good Wednesday or Sunday night.
No, it's Sunday today.
Yep, Sunday night. This is Tier 2.
Yep, here in Mexico. One of the longer races, 49 minutes tonight, as we have found out.
That's 36 laps, so we're going to see a lot of strategy come into play tonight, hopefully. And
yeah, it's a definitely a track you got to use the hard tires for here. What is the? Hopefully we can get a weather report.
it is looking pretty cloudy. Or
It
I
is.
said that wrong, but yeah. Honestly, if they have rain, it's definitely going to suck for them. I remember this track is pretty short, so the rain would just make the race much longer, and a lot of people can lose focus as the race goes on.
Well, here we sit in the pits waiting for qualifying to begin because Codemasters.
Yep, we always load in first, so waiting.
Well, I was confused earlier. I had said in one of the chats that, the championship is over, but I was confusing the three. Championship is not over. Rosefest does have a commanding lead by 30 points right now, but Sin can still take this one. And let me pull up the standings real fast while I...
Oh, and my controller is disconnected.
Sin is 30 points behind Rosefest, and Tact is 70 points behind Sin. Which, if both of them get no points for the next 3 races, and Tact gets all wins and a couple fastest laps, or 3 fastest laps for each race, he could technically win it. Probably not going to happen, but it is possible mathematically. And then Niall in 4th place, only 3 points behind Tact, so close race for 3rd, and Sin just a couple really good races away from taking this from Rosefest. Sin is coming off of a win in... What is that? I don't know what flag that is.
I think it was did Italy last.
No one, but yeah, it was Italy. That's right. It was Monza. Sorry, everything runs together. 1st place in Monza, and Tact struggling a little bit at Monza. I wasn't watching that race. I'm not familiar with exactly how it went, but
I believe he got hit by Bottas in turn 1. Anyway, we're about to get started here as the first person to set a hot lap is going to be Astro on the medium tires here in the Renault.
You know what? It was so long ago. I do remember. I was commentating that one with Gore. I do remember that now.
Damn. So Astro has a really weird line coming into the checkered flag here, but here he comes into turn 1, pretty wide and open. He's going to take a lot of curb here. It's a good apex there. Be difficult to nail sometimes. So let's see what he can do on that medium tire. I think because they're on the medium, I think this guarantees that we're probably not going to see rain, at least at the start. Almost spins out there.
This is the medium to hard is a better option here than a soft to hard, because you really got to make the hards last a while.
I wonder if we'll see any 2-stoppers like soft, medium, or something like that. And Astro actually invalidated, so that sucks for him. Let's see if we can catch anyone else. I think Bottas in the Ferrari here, also on the mediums, just behind him. Rosefest. Oh, okay, he left the session. I thought he retired. He's in the pits, so his car is all good. Oh. Someone's off in the stadium section.
That could just be them going very slow.
Bottas with a 16.0 to start off session on the medium. Let's see if we can catch anyone. Oh, someone's in the wall. That's Astro actually in the pit wall. he's trying to pit and he's hitting the wall. That's very unfortunate. As what is this? This is Stewie coming across the line now to set a 15.6. Only 4 attempts.
And Sin behind him with a 15.39. And I have to turn my tires stuff on. Sin on those soft tires though, but now Stewie on softs only a few tenths faster than Bottas on the mediums.
Yeah,
so...
I wonder what Bottas can do on the softs as he's actually letting people by real quick. Hopefully he doesn't get in front of this Haas here. He doesn't. Niall setting the fastest lap though. What is that? 300s faster than his teammate. So good job to Niall there. And here we are with TAC EXO, who just subscribed with Prime just before the stream started. So thank you, TAC, for that. That is 8 months. You love to see it here. Let's see what happens.
What does Prime get you?
I don't know actually. I think you get some cool emotes for the stream.
Ooh, fun.
So we're definitely going to expect TAC to do good this race. For sure, he's coming in from Tier 1. So he should be up there battling Fox, Bottas, and Roadfest for sure. And I think he disinvalidated, yes he did, coming into the S's here. So he will probably hit. I don't think Roadfest is back yet. Hopefully he can come soon. And here he is, Madman, about to finish a lap here. Both the Red Bulls saying tonight that they did not have any practice, so we'll have to keep expectations low for these two. And here he goes, he sets a 16.2. 2 attempts slower than Bottas on the medium, so that's what happens when you don't practice there. I think Astro now about to set a new hot lap time finally. And behind him it's going to be MLG guy, who just got a new wheel, he said. So we'll be on board with both of these two here, as Astro doing the same thing with that checkered flag. I wonder if that's actually like a strat. Let me see if okay, MLG God doesn't do that, so this must be some exclusive inner secret strat that these guys are doing here with that checkered flag going way close to the wall. I wonder if that gives a time or not.
Ooh, getting a little loose. Astro is coming into the second sector here. See if he keeps it nice and tight and clean through here. It's easy to invalidate coming around these few corners. You really want to build up some speed and turn it in hard coming into the S's. Drops down to 4th, interesting.
Gotta be careful with the S's here, easy to spin sometimes. Take too much curb.
You have that extra DRS section here in 2020 as opposed to 2019.
Oh yeah, you're right. I totally
they fixed this turn as well. You used to be able to go very wide, but you can't go as wide in this game, or in the 2020 as you were in 2019. He is very loose.
I'm noticing that too. He's very loose, and here he goes. Let's say 17.3 on the mediums. Way coming into the pits. Let's see who else we can catch. Rosas is back, so he's got to start a hot lap here on the softs. He's right behind Bottas, who's also going to be starting a lap as well. So let's be on board with Rosas here and see what he can do. Rosas coming in from Tier 3, having a strong showing in Tier 2.
You mean Tier 3 from the last season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, doing very well, and has also been reserving in some T1 races recently, and has been performing very well. I've driven very close to him. He's speedy.
Yep, so that's a purple sector, so let's see what he can do. Can anyone dethrone Niall real quick? So we're coming to the halfway mark with Polly.
Yeah, you want to keep that in 5th. That's what I was saying before about Astro coming through. Yep, up into 7th. Keeping it flat through here. You really want to hug that left to get as much time as you can. Ooh, let's hope whoever this is doesn't get in the way. Andy, way
Wow.
cuts the corner. Wow,
Definitely.
turned in way too early. I don't know
Yeah,
if he abandoned his lap on purpose. Nope, it looks like he's going to start another one.
he's coming into the pits following the Rosefest there. And let's look at Tack now, who's starting a hot lap in front of Rosefest. Tack invalidating just in the middle of Sector 2, right before the S's. Hopefully he doesn't make the same mistake again.
Yeah, Mexico is not one of my favorite tracks to drive. There's nothing in particular that I have a problem with. Just, I don't know. I just don't like it.
I just, it's average track, you know, there's nothing really special about it, in my opinion. Maybe the stadium section, which is pretty cool, but like the rest of the track is really average, I would say. Tack did not invalidate this time. He's coming into stadium section now. Let's see, he does not make the same mistake as Rosefest. I'm going to check Rosefest real quick, who actually disinvalidated, so he'll be going into the pits. Let's see what Tack can pull. That is going to be a 14.9. Wow.
Very nice, very nice.
Bottas also invalidating here, so he won't set a time on the sauce just yet. Niall, in and out lap. Let's see if he can beat Tack now. And Fox is coming out of the pits as well, so both Alphas will have their chance to reclaim pole position. I think Sadis is on a hot lap now, starting one. He's in the straight here. Let's see what he can do. No practice like his teammate Madman, so wonder what time he can pull. Does lock up into turn 2 there, so that's going to cost him quite a bit of temps for sure. Ooh, another big lockup. Definitely showing that he has not practiced at all.
Rosefest has equipped the medium tires in the pits.
Yep, I see that.
Oh.
Honestly, if you could start top 10 with the mediums, that might be a smart play maybe.
Definitely. It will leave him out. The softs really fall off very quick here, and it will leave him out on track to continue to turn laps on those faster mediums as as everyone goes onto the hards. And then when he finally pits for hards, he's not really going to lose too much lap time. So as long as he can keep it clean and close at the beginning. Sadist retired without setting a lap.
Yep, he came into the pits, so I guess he just wants to start in the back. He's Grills on a hot lap, but he has someone right behind him. I think that is MLG God, yes, behind him, catching him up, so Grills just maybe not having the best of laps here. Let's see what these two drivers can do as they come into the stadium section. I think that's also Niall. Okay, Niall has a invalid laps. I think he's going to pit. Yes, he is. And these and MLG God both setting a very close time to each other. 16.069 and then 16.095. And Rosefest still in the pits on that medium. I guess he's going to wait for like
waiting
last
for the very end for his time to come out, yeah.
Fox, I believe he just did a lap, so he invalidated his old one. He must have enough fuel to continue on and see if he can go any faster. Ooh, hey, we missed it, but ooh, hey, look at him in second. 15.1. That's really good from him. I believe he was absent from this tier for quite a few weeks, so it's good to see him back.
Decent lap as Rosefest is now coming out for his out lap. Yeah, medium tires are, you know, not a horrible choice. Again, it would be interesting to see what he's got some speed on him, so I'm sure that he can set a pretty decent lap time, and he should have no trouble getting into the top 10. And those mediums are going to last a lot longer than the softs, giving him that much extra life on the hards at the end.
Stewie puts himself in between, and Alfa Romero is in fourth right now. Sinfox coming into the pits. Let's see, who else can we catch? I think Bottas may be on a lap here, but hard to tell. I'm going to actually swap over to Rosefest, who's looking to start his hot lap of the night on that medium tire. If he does not get this lap right, he will be starting at the back. Here he goes. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought he set a lap for some reason, but now he is.
Coming to the end of a very long straight. It's another consideration that everyone's going to have to keep in mind at the end of the formation lap, is making sure that not only their tires are warmed up, but also their brakes for that very long braking zone into turn 1.
For sure, and Bottas.
The brakes are going to cool down quite a lot coming into that.
Bottas takes pole position currently, 14.6, 3 times faster than Tack. Tack is not coming out. I don't think he has enough time. If he does, maybe he might, since our times are a little bit different from theirs.
Rosefest has continued his lap and is has not invalidated yet coming into the stadium section. He's been keeping it very tight and clean.
Yes, let's see what time he can pull here on the medium tire.
Coming 110 as he approaches the penultimate corner. Coming into the end, keep it nice and tight to the inside. The 115.8 up in the 8th place, not horrible. That would put him at a 114.9 or so if you give this off, so, you know,
yeah,
pretty respectable time.
He could potentially move out of the top 10 if the 4 drivers kind of pull in faster laps on those stops. Stewie retires in the pits, I believe, yep. Let's see, I think Blaze Alex on a lap here in that McLaren. No real drama in quali so far. Blaze Alex just cut the S's there, so that's the end of his quali session. Let's see what else we can find here. Tack almost there, almost. They have a lot of people going on laps right now.
There's just trying to get those final laps, these opportunities, making sure the track is more rubbered in, and you know, if you don't set a faster lap, then, you know, so be it, but take the opportunity if it's there.
On board with Uwe, who's about to finish his last lap of the night. Let's see if he can push himself a little bit higher up onto the grid. And he will set a time of 14.8. Wow.
Very, very nice.
Uwe coming in strong. I like to see
that. Coming into the end of Sector 1 here. He's already 2/10 up on his previous time. Let's see if he can keep this up. Find any more time through Sector 2. He nails the 90 degrees. Can get on the throttle and coming into the S's. Carrying lots of speed through the left-hander. Just straddle these curbs here. Stay on the throttle as much as possible. Letting off slightly for this turn. Coming back on it. Coming down as we cross into Sector 3. He is 3/10 up on total time. It's all on him now.
Yep.
if he fails here or not.
This is pole position.
I really want to set this up to get lots of speed coming into the final turn, but you watch that curb because it'll unsettle you. Get on that and hug the right-hand side as much as possible without getting too loose. 114.3, very nice.
3 tenths faster than Bottas. Niall put himself into higher position as well, beating his teammate Fox here. Let's see, I think Madman's the last person who's going to be Uwe still, but I think he's going to go in the pits. Yeah. Oh no, he's just going to finish the lap. So it ends.
Let's see if I can get weather from anyone.
Alrighty. Okay, so that was quality here. We have TAC, XO, and Bottas on the front row with, I forgot who was behind them. I think it was me, but we'll see him second here. So yep, Uwe and Niall on the second row. Fox and Stewie fill up the third. Blaze, Alex, and D on the fourth row, and then Madman and True Player on the fifth. It's gonna be oh yeah, look, so Rosefest. Unfortunately,
Rosefest getting kicked out of the top 10 there, but we'll probably still start on the mediums.
Oh wow, and it was by 0.02 of a second he got kicked out there, so he's definitely gonna be fuming about that. But still an excellent drive by him on that medium tire for sure.
Field is pretty close as it progresses up. Looks very good. You know, top 4 within half a second. Sin and Stewie were right next to each other, and the rest don't have too much of a spread. It is going to be sunny through the whole race, so no worries there.
Good to see. Session begins in 30 seconds. Really be anyone's race tonight. It could be Bottas, Tax, Rose, Niall, even, and Fox. You never know. We got a lot of talented drivers here. Anything can happen. Oh, and I'm sorry about that. Controller.
Do you use a combination of controller and keyboard?
No, I mainly use the controller, but right now it's getting continuously disconnected. If that keeps happening, I'll swap over to keyboard. And here they go.
Yeah, I like to keep the keyboard on here, so if I need to switch to a driver quickly,
yeah.
I can.
That is a really cool thing they added. Clicking any button. Swap to a driver. Now all we need is just a free cam, you know, so I can no clip all over the place and find some cool camera angles, you know.
Or at least to choose to stay with the sort of helicopter cam.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like
something similar, because I don't like. Or maybe set a corner camera, like you want to watch cars coming through a corner at a static angle, like, you know, they have like this shot right here, right? So you could just keep this camera but point it in one direction.
Yeah.
It probably wouldn't be too hard to work that in.
I think it's because we're technically following the driver, so I guess that's their excuse on it.
Yeah, but they have the capability of doing it.
Yeah.
They just won't give it to the masses.
I mean, hell, esports gets 35% races, so they definitely can do a lot more if they want to.
See, that's just a number.
Stewie, whoa, okay, never mind.
That's just a, some position changes and interval. Yeah, that's just a number on, in the code. They just have to change a multiplier, probably.
Yeah. Here we go. Everyone's lining up onto the grid, and here, let's see who can get a better start. TAC or Bottas. Obviously, TAC is probably in the most terrible position to get pole because of the long
Sadist
straight.
is
He's way
coming up the
here.
rear here. Bringing up the rear?
I don't know, but here we go.
Alright, cars are settling in. for 5 lights here in Mexico. And they're off. And ooh, Bottas gets a horrible start as the field starts blowing by him. Tack takes
Yeah.
off and is already putting distance on Uwe. My camera angle is already stuck in the pits, so I don't know what's happening.
Oh, oh my
Oh, and there are
God!
cars into the side.
Rosefest
Rosefest
is
has
gone!
retired.
Wow! He's definitely not gonna be
DNF'd
happy.
within
That
30
was.
seconds of the
Let's see if
start
we
of
can
the
pull up a
race.
highlight or replay on that there, if it works, the key. But what an interesting start. Is that a safety car? No, I don't even think that's a safety car because
It is not a
slowing
safety
down.
car, but Stewie 3K must have been caught up in that. And I saw Bottas in the wall as well because Bottas is behind, and Stewie 3K is far back. Tack has now gained a 1.3 second lead over Uwe with Niall and Blaze Alex, and with pretty much the next. Sorry, I have to change my stuff is all messed up. All right, everyone is within DRS range of each other still.
Well, someone's off. That's Astro. He's off on the S's there. He's ghosted, luckily. Letting by Bottas there. So, quite a bit of drama in lap 1, even before we got to the turn. And Tack is off right now.
Tack, of course, setting the fastest lap for now, but we'll see after a few laps if that holds true. That is unfortunate for Rosefest. As I was saying, like, the chances of him just not finishing the next 3 races, and well, this bodes well for Tact. But Sin would still have to get very minimal points, and sitting in 5th, he would gain 10 as of right now. So, you know, sure, we have a whole other 34 laps left to go, but wow, that is a very interesting start. Blaze Alex gaining 4 positions off the start, Niall and Sin not moving. Uwe gaining 1, rounding out your top 5 here. Niall and Sin are still within DRS of Blaze Alex as they approach the end of the second lap, so if they can maintain that, they are definitely going to put some pressure on for 3rd place, but Uwe has dropped back from Tact. And Blaze Alex picking up a 3-second time penalty already, 2 laps in.
And someone's off. That's going to be MLG God in the S's. Looks like he's good though. His car is not damaged, luckily.
Might have just gotten a little loose on one of the curbs there. It's very easy to do so if you get on the throttle too much, especially considering the fuller weight of the cars here. As they come for the start of lap 3, DRS will be enabled for this lap. They won't get it for this long straight here, but they will pick it up for the next one. And Niall and Sin still within DRS of each other, both within a second of Blaze Alex, the Alfa Romeo teammates there. We'll see what they can do. Astro picking up a 3-second time penalty. And no movement from Alfa Romeo right now onto the McLaren, but they are sticking close. Playing it smart, probably.
Sure, Tack is just running away with it right now. 2.3 seconds ahead of Uwe. Oh, and that's actually
a move on his teammate.
I don't think that was a move. I think that was on purpose because Niall was stuck on a gear, going purposely slow. So it must be their engineer Chipsy out here giving in the order.
But they have dropped back from Alex now. They Sin will not have DRS on him, so he'll have to fight to make up almost a second's worth of time now since Niall has dropped out. They cannot get. He won't have DRS on Alex, and Niall will still have DRS on Sin, but they need to get some teamwork together and see if they can use this to their advantage as the field is starting to spread out a little bit. True Play and Madman within DRS range.
Yeah.
Bottas and Stewie losing out 10 and 7 positions respectively from the start of the race. They have a lot of work cut out for them.
I wonder what happened with that whole start there with Bottas. I mean, he had a terrible start, and then something must have happened. I don't know if someone hit him into Rosefest.
Well, we will have to wait and find out about that. I will Let me see if I can find out from anyone.
And someone is off again. That's going to be... Oh, no, actually, someone was going slow, I guess, but... We're still watching Madman and True Play at the closest gap right now to Nile and each other here. They're going to have DRS. See what they can do with it. But the gaps are starting to show here for almost everyone.
I will be right back.
Roger that. Madman and True Play is still within DRS. The only two drivers to have it still in the lobby so far. And look at Madman getting a whole bunch of time with Nile here. Nile's going to have some defending to do here. Madman has a lot of ERS saved up, but so does Nile. As MLG picks up a time penalty. Nile getting away into S's.
Well, from perspective, it just looks like there was... we'll have to wait for the inevitable report to come, but it just looks like Stewie tangled with Rosefest on the straight for some reason. Again, no exact details on that.
Yeah. This midfield battle between Nile, Madman, and Triple is still going on here as Uwe is pitting. So yeah, the Slops must be taking their life toll right now. He's going to go for the undercut. And let's see what he can do. What's higher? He's swapping over to the
going
medium.
on a two-stop. Soft, medium, medium from him. I don't know if that's such a wise choice, but it's his choice, so we'll see how that plays out.
Nile on the back of Alex. Alex makes a big mistake. He's going to have DRS. Can he get past him? Yes, he will. But how will Alex respond? Tries to go on the outside.
Right on him. Let's keep it clean. Not spin anyone out here. They do, as they let the other few cars behind them catch up. Nile needs to really get his head down and put some distance on Alex now. Catch up to his teammate. He's got, what, 3.5 seconds. Or sorry, 2.5 seconds to the back of Sin. Pushes a little bit wide.
Madman getting overtaken by True Play as he makes a big mistake into the S's. Plays all over Nile still. He's going to have DRS on the straight. I think he'll get him there for sure.
Yeah, Nile does have a lot of ERS left. Blaze is not. He's sitting about 25. He's already activated his overtake, so he's going to run out, and Nile will have some to maintain that gap, if not pull away a little bit.
True Play on the back of Alex too, so he's going to have to worry about his behind as well. We won't get the move done on Nile just yet. We will have another DRS zone to play with here. He carefully goes through turns 2 and 3 here. True Play though looking like he's going to be attacking Alex in a bit as well, so True Play having a really good race so far, I'd say. Oh, and look at Alex.
Blaze Alex. Sorry, yep. Yeah, Blaze Alex was looking for a move, got a little loose, and True Play almost into the back of him there.
Alex, he just seems very twitchy tonight. From what I'm watching, a lot of turns, he's taking a lot of curb, and his car just loses a little bit of control there, and that allows Nile to pick up some speed. And, oh, and there he goes wide into the S's. That's going to put True Player right next to him, and True Player will get past him. Now D's Grill's kind of joining in almost as well. Not too far back, and actually D's is under attack by Mad. Looks like Mad is...
Looks like Nile has picked up that crucial 1 second here. The True Player will not have DRS, but doesn't matter for Nile's race as much as he does go into the pits here.
Yep.
Looks like Sin will be the one staying out for another lap.
Blaze
now, as we said before, Sin can still take the championship from Rosefest. He's only 30 points behind, so whatever points he gets here is huge. In the unfortunate absence of Rosefest. As he sits right now at 18 points,
Oh,
And
the
again,
Haas's! They collide into turn 1. That's MLG God hitting his own teammate there. And he picks up a corner cutting penalty. I don't know. I feel like that's the one exception you would give. I mean, his teammate did kind of bump him off track, and Tack also picks up a penalty there. Luckily, we just caught that as I swapped over to them. But what were you saying?
I don't even know now.
Yeah, sorry. That's a big
Oh yeah, talking nerd math. Yeah, Tact would need the fastest lap. And the win here would be great help for him. And then just to cross his fingers, on board with MLG God as he gets lost and is retired.
Yep, end of the wall there. Let's see if we can see him. Yep. No safety car or virtual safety car, so...
He got loose coming through the S. I was riding on board with him when it happened. He got loose coming through the S's and just slammed into the wall.
And Fox.
Hard.
I think we're going to see a lot of two-stoppers. Yeah, everyone's going on to the mediums.
Yeah, it is very difficult to make the hards last as long as from the softs, but for someone like Sadist, who is already on the mediums, and Rosefest would have been going on to the hards from here would not the medium pit stop would not be tough at all for them.
We do have Stewie on the hards. I wonder if he's planning on finishing on that compound. Unfortunately, he hasn't really gained enough time to really be even close to anyone. Astro just 6 seconds ahead of him. Right behind Status, so his pit stop actually gave him a 4-second lead on Sin and Nile here.
Bottas right on the back of Nile, coming through the S's as they approach the back short DRS straight, which could give him an opportunity to really make up some time through the stadium section to set up that long pit straight overtake. But Bottas is on 6-lap softs after that little snafu at the beginning of the race.
I think with
gets loose.
With the softs being fresh, I think he can pull up maybe 10 to 12 laps more, or not more, but in total with those softs. And actually looking at it, and Status going side by side into turn 1. Status will hold on to the position. Oh, actually, no, he makes a big mistake. That slows down and now has the better acceleration out of the corner. No, it looks like Status is still in front. That gives almost a second worth of time for Fox to work with here. And Bottas getting past Nile.
Yeah, he is not in... now, Sin is racing Uwe, but he is not racing Sadist. So he does not need to worry about that. Just needs to keep it clean and not let anyone get by him. Even Bottas racing against Sin right now is not really a concern because Bottas will have to pit in a few laps. So even if Sin does let Bottas by, it's not going to be any concern for him. In fact, it may even be better for him to possibly let him by and just stay within his DRS and save his energy and fuel. Tack now a comfortable, about a full pit stop ahead of Uwe, is going to probably come out in first. He finally does pits, and he is really making those softs work. If he doesn't come in this lap, I will be
wow, Bottas
surprised.
The one stopper onto the hards. And I think we're going to see the same on Tack. I think that's why Tack is really stretching him out. He's going to plan to go in this lap or next onto the hards.
Bottas took a lap 2 pit stop because of the issue with Rosefest. It did send Bottas into the wall, so he had to get a wing change as well.
He has DRS on Madman, but it won't be enough to do much with it at the moment.
Tact is coming into the pits, like I said. So we'll keep an eye on that, where he comes out, as Sin is on 3-lap fresher mediums from Uwe. Just needs to keep his laps clean.
Tack.
He has the skill. Catch up to Uwe.
I guess opting for the hards there, and he's gonna come out of the pits before anyone can really get near him. But it looks like Ue might have enough speed to close in the gap. Let's see. It's gonna be around 4.5 seconds, maybe a little bit less.
Yep.
This is pretty much tax race to lose at this point. He's in front on the hards. No one, or everyone behind him has to do another pit stop other than Bottas and maybe Stewie, so it's up to him to finish this race now. And what's this? I'm seeing these getting past Madman, that's on turn 1. And the gaps are starting to build here.
So it looks like if the intervals stay exactly the same as they are now for everyone's next pit stop, which of course they won't, Bottas will inherit second place, albeit about 30 seconds behind Tact. Now within the next 8 to 15 laps, that's going to change, most likely. But it is interesting to think about everyone in front of Bottas. Most in front of Bottas will end up behind him.
10-second time penalty for corner cutting. That's like probably the biggest penalty I've seen for a corner cut. 10 seconds. He must have done something.
A very severe corner cut.
What was that one year that Hamilton cut the corner and everyone was making a big deal about it? Like 2016, I think. There was something about that. I wonder if he did something like that, but yeah, the gaps are pretty much filled at the moment. We have Niall kind of closing in on Sadis here, and will we have? Yeah, he will have enough for DRS, I think. And nope, not yet. But he's actually catching him a lot, so Niall going to be fighting for 4th place in just a few turns. Things look as Sadis.
He should just stay. Just wait for his opportunity. Even if Sadis is a little bit slower in front of him, wait for the correct passing opportunity. Don't go for it in the wrong turns. He's close enough to him now that if he stays very close to him on the pit straight, he will gain a lot of time. He does have a decent amount of ERS built up, but as does Sadist, so I don't think he's going to let him just walk by him.
Big lockup by Sadis there, almost hitting Niall. And Niall will have DRS finally to use to get past him. But yeah, Sadis also using overtake, so it's not going to be as easy as he wants, but I think he has it.
Sadis is going to run dry as Niall comes up on the inside. Very tight, very close. And Niall will importantly get DRS for this straight as well.
And Blaze now getting or he won't have DRS yet, but he's in DRS in a second here. Sadis, letting Blaze Alex by.
I don't think he let him by. He got a little loose coming out of that turn there, and Alex just went around him. But Niall is now free of their DRS charge for the moment. Alex is catching up, but as loose as he's been, I don't know if he's going to be able to maintain that through some of these corners here. He looks like he's using a lot of energy to get within the DRS range.
Fox is in DRS range though. Ue is going to activate it. Yes. Will it be enough to catch Ue though?
Sin's a smart driver, I think he's going to reserve most of his energy. Just wait until he's within a 2 or 3 tenths of Ue before he really goes for the move. All these guys very loose
That Blaze
on
Alex?
this track, I've noticed.
Yeah. Looking at Blaze Alex mainly, he's very loose on track. He's right behind Niall though, right behind him with DRS. I think he's going to have this move. Someone's off. That's in Estes. That's going to be Astro.
Alex
Blaze.
checking up, not going for the move here.
Astro back and moving. How to get lapped by Attack. Blaze now still going at it. What about Fox here? Saving energy still, waiting for the right moment. Is Blaze gonna attempt any move though as well? Now defends onto the inside. Keeps the position for now.
Uwe has been losing a little bit of time to tact, but not a tremendous amount. So in the past few laps, only, yes, about a half a second per lap, so that's pretty decent, but Astro is now retired. Guess he has decided that it is not worth it for him to continue on. But his AI is looking like his AI is pitting and will be coming back out as a ghost, probably for a full lap.
And Fox, I barely noticed, but he was really close to getting the overtake on Uwe, and it doesn't happen. Blaze Alex though gets the overtake on Nile.
Sometimes you don't need to go for the overtake. Sometimes you just need to put the pressure on, let the other guy make the mistake. That's a tactic I like to use a lot, is just get right on them. Be very close. Act like you're going for an overtake. Don't actually commit to it, and let them be worried about the fact that you are so close to them and see if they make a mistake. You don't always have to outdrive them. Sometimes you let them outdrive themselves.
True that. I wonder when we'll see status pit. He's on 15 lap old mediums here. He's under pressure by True Player. And True Player will get past him.
Probably got a couple more laps before he's going to pit onto another set of mediums. Probably lap 17 or 18. Maybe even a little bit further if he wants fresher tires towards the end, but they aren't going to wear as much towards the end as the car lightens up. Sin either not trying to pass Uwe or just having some trouble. Not quite sure what's happening, but he's still very close to him and just hasn't gone for anything yet, as they're both still losing so much time out on tact. I'm not quite sure of the penalties that everybody's working with. I know I've seen a few names more than once, but as far as the top few are concerned, I don't know. I know Alex has a decent amount of penalties so far, so Nile may not even need to fight with him too much.
Uwe has a 5-second from his teammate hitting him onto turn 1, pushing him off track. I wonder if he will... They aren't getting DRS now, apparently, Gypsy? Is that what's happening with Nouns Fox? Oh, now they did. Okay. That's weird. Bottas looks like he's on move here for Madman, as he probably got a warning for going wide. Ooh.
So now definitely putting the pressure on Uwe, very close. Needs to get that energy out, that DRS, and he looks like he's definitely going for a move this time.
Yep.
Around the outside, which will set him up for the inside of the next turn.
Gets the move done. 9 seconds away from Tack, probably not achievable unless Tack has a mistake here. Tack driving perfect tonight.
And again, they're both going to have to pit one more time.
Madman, overtaken by Bottas, but not much he can do. Bottas climbing his way up the grid with those hards. And yeah. Gaps filled back up, Nile dropping down to 1.4 seconds away from Alex here. Are we going to see anything interesting from Uwe? He's going to have DRS. He has quite a bit of DRS as well. Sin is not using any. Let's see if Uwe will try anything here. He'll barely get it, and he won't do the dive. But he has a number of DRS on the play with here.
Or just once he should just use his DRS to catch back up and save as much energy as he can. around this time. A few laps isn't going to make that much big of a difference on these medium tires. They're both around the middle of their wear.
Bottas getting another position on his teammate. These grills.
And Bottas still sitting 30 seconds off the leader as he was before, so he's not losing any time. The rest of them have been falling back steadily. And it looks like Bottas will come out in, I believe, a net third place. Maybe net fourth, depending on how things play out here in the next few laps.
He does have an advantage being on the hards. He won't have to pit, but of course he might be into traffic. Niall, though, gaining a lot of time on Alex here. Almost a second since I last spoke about it, and he's all up behind him now. Low ERS on Niall, so don't think we'll see much yet. Same thing with Alex.
Biggest thing from Niall's driving habits is he really likes to trust in the traction control, and it puts a lot of wear on his tires because they will still wear coming out of the corners. So you notice that he really does like to keep his foot flat through some of the corners and let the traction control work for him, which is fine. It just isn't doing him any favors because he can still gain some time by not letting the traction control do that work.
He just picked up a penalty and lost a 1 second worth of time here. Uwe picks up another penalty. That one is going into the pits, or is it? I don't know, because weird. But anyway, let's see Uwe going again with the maybe undercut. And oh, he's serving a 5-second penalty, which means that teammate incident is probably not going to be removed now, I believe. So that's unfortunate there. That's going to cost him.
He's serving that 5-second from earlier, and he picked up a 3-second for exceeding track limits for the pits. I just checked the race director.
Now also pitting, so it's on a fresh set. Now here's the thing, they did 11 laps of that soft. Is that, like, there's still, like, so many more laps
on
left.
The mediums?
Or, yeah, mediums. So around 10, 12.
15 laps left. They're going to wear a lot less at the end on the last stint.
Yeah.
They probably can take, I mean, depending on when they pit, you really want to split the difference. So if they pit at, let's say, lap 10, you know, that's 26 laps, so 13 and 13. They'll just be a little bit speedier on the second half. Or for teammates, they can do, you know, 12 and 13 or 13 and 14, depending on how they want to split it up. But 11 seems pretty early.
I wonder if your Bottas prediction in being third might be true. He's in fifth right now, about to overtake fourth. And he's not too far off away from getting that third position, as True Player is going to go into the pits. So only 6 seconds behind Blaze. Will it be enough maybe even for second? Maybe not. Then probably would get ahead from that pit stop for sure.
Sin needs to put a little bit more time. He's still 17 seconds away from while Bottas has been catching up to the rest of them, Tact has also been getting away from the rest of them, so they're all kind of scrunching up together. So Bottas has gained up a lot of time, so he could pull a second place out, but he will be on some more worn tires compared to those behind him. And if Sin comes out right behind him, he does have a very good chance of catching back up. And given the penalties that I know Bottas has, especially the one he just picked up there, it's going to be close.
I'm just going to go ahead and go through the penalty list or race director. So Tack has 1. Simfox with only 2 warnings. Blaze Alex with 4 penalties, almost 5. Bottas 2 penalties. D's with 4, almost 05 actually.
Sin
Madman.
goes into the pits.
Oof, a lot of penalties right now. 6 for Madman there.
Yeah, I mean it's decently easy to cut a lot of corners around here, especially if you get very loose. The S's are a big one for everyone to pick up a lot of those warnings.
Yeah.
And also the stadium section, I feel as well. But Alex picking up another 3-second penalty.
Ooh, unable to make the undercut really work for him.
You just got to know where the limits are and use them to your advantage. One of the best things you can do is if someone's following you close is to ride right close to those limits and hope that they push out wide in the dirty air. Bottas is catching up to Alex now, only 1.5 seconds off the back of him. Alex is staying out for another lap. Bottas will not have DRS on him, but he is gaining quite a bit.
Bottas is very speedy, for sure.
And Sin only 5 seconds behind Bottas, so we'll have to watch what happens there with 12.5, 13 laps left to go. Not a lot of action, you know. Sadis back there within DRS of True Playa for 9th place. And Bottas, a third of a second, quarter second off of Alex here as they come through the S's. Uwe also right on the cusp of possibly having DRS from D's girls, but D's has a lot of penalties, so that's not really a fight that Uwe needs to get into. Bottas looking for a move coming in the stadium section on Alex, just walks by him handedly.
Let's see this plays out.
Both getting loose coming out of here. Alex is staying out again, it looks like.
I want to see. I think I know what's going to happen. Alex is going to start to the softs. 10 laps remaining. It's definitely possible to stretch him out. We saw Tack do it, so I think that's what his plan is. So if he was going to pit for the next set of mediums, he would probably would have done it like a couple laps ago.
Yeah, fresh softs at the end of the race. Those 10 laps are going to be no problem for those tires. And if he wants to steal that fastest lap away, he can. But it will put him close to 10th place. I mean, he will still be in the points, but he's giving up a lot for doing that sort of thing, possibly. I don't know.
Oh, Niall with a big dive, and he gets tapped up by Madman here. But they're still going side by side. And Niall will pick up the position.
I wonder if Madman gave that to him, or if Niall just didn't give up. I was not riding on board. Oh, Niall gets loose coming through the S's. Again, getting on the throttle way too much on those curbs. Yeah, you can hop over them, but you don't want to have both tires riding on those curbs while you accelerate. It's not a good idea. I do not like it.
And Madman, he's going to go for the move onto the hairpin here, but it won't be enough. He slows down, and Niall still holds the position. Alex pitting, and so is these grills probably into the softs. Madman also on 15 lap old medium, so he has to pit soon as well, actually. But he's on 16 lap old mediums. Do you think he'd be bad enough to stretch him as he gets
all
past?
the way to the end? Yeah, that's. I mean, they will technically last, but they will not be quick. Sin now within 3 seconds of Bottas after coming out of the pits around over 5.
Niall and Madman trading positions right now like crazy. This is not helping Niall, I think, because the more he battles, the less the farther he gets. Stewie also swapped over to the soft. I didn't notice. I guess the hards couldn't last. Unfortunate for him.
Not the entire race, no.
And Madman now, there he goes, wear on the tire. Starting to show as he's almost down 2 seconds off Nile now. And not much happening at the moment.
They're definitely starting to spread out, but Sin is catching up to Bottas, and we will probably see him on the back of him in probably 4 or 5 laps. Just in time to finish the race. And again, I don't think Sin really needs to fight that fight because Bottas does have penalties. So we can just stay close to him and pick up that second place.
It's going to be interesting to see who out of Blaze, D's, or Stewie picks up that fastest lap first on those softs.
Attacked and Bottas though with the now had Bottas not had that issue at the beginning of the race, he probably would have been in a much better position. But the one stop is definitely the much better strategy for a non-safety car race around here, which I will say there probably should have been a safety car, but you know, I don't make the rules.
Yeah. Status under pressure by D's, who's on the sauce, almost ramming the back of Status there. And what is that? That's Blaze Alex going side by side with Madman. Madman won't fight for the position. He's really has to pit now. I mean, he's on 17 lap old medium, just crazy enough. I mean, he'll be probably swapping the softs as well. But Blaze Alex does not pick up fastest lap, and I don't think D's will as well, as he's been fighting Status for 2 sectors now. No, he won't. It's going to be up to maybe Stewie to maybe do it. And Status and D's going side by side into turn 1. D's will obviously have the better grip here, and they're still going side by side. Oh, so close. Status is not giving up one bit.
Bottas does have the fastest lap right now with a 1:17.397.
Yeah.
The next closest is Alex at an 18 flat, but it's still 7/10 off. Madman picks up a 3-second after pitting. Sin has now fallen back off of Bottas a bit. And we'll check the race director here for some...
Check the penalties from Bottas and Sin real quick. I know Sin probably doesn't have any, or 1 or 2. So Bottas with 2 penalties and Sin with none. So I think as it stands, Bottas will be moving down to 3rd. So this is probably something that Fox knows. But he will have to be careful because one more warning and that gives him his penalty, which means he needs to be under 3 seconds this time up. We'll keep an eye on that as we're coming into final 6 laps in just a second. Blaze on the soft, sitting in 6th. He has an opportunity to get past Nile again, and he probably will keep that position with the softs this time around. I don't think there's much Nile will be able to do against them. We're going to see how this develops in just a second. We will have DRS shortly.
Given the penalties, Nile should be aware of that. And if Alex does go for the pass, here I would definitely let him. Just try and stay in behind him. I wouldn't fight him too hard, risking my own race.
Yeah, you can see Blaze looks really anxious to get past him, get it over with, so he can start making up more
and
time.
He has so much more traction than Nile does right now.
And there it is.
That's a 1:17.68 from Alex. And now Nile should just stay in his DRS and let him pull you up with him. And Sin now 2 seconds off of Bottas. Maybe, as you said, you know, making sure that he keeps that within 3-second gap in case he picks up a penalty in these last 5 laps of the race. And Tact, you know, been driving clean, doing not much. He has pulled a little bit of time out on Bottas, not too much. I think only about 1.5 seconds since the pit stop. So well,
5 laps
things have evened out a little bit here. Not quite sure driver of the day who we're giving it to.
I mean, you could say Tack had an excellent start and drive, no mistakes. I mean, Sox also, no penalties on him. He'll pick up a good second place as well. If it all stays the same.
I'm going to say Bottas for getting involved in that incident, having to pit early.
Making those hards really work well for him.
He did take technically a 2-stop race and is up here, although he's going to lose second place due to penalties. He's only going to lose 1 place overall, so definitely a decent comeback drive as best as can possibly be.
He's had his pits looking to steal that fastest lap, even though he's in 11th, so we'll see what happens there. Stewie goes through Tack here on those soft tires. And yeah, 4 laps remain. Not much drama other than the first turn. It's been pretty clean by everyone. We did have a couple of retirements, but nothing too serious. Oh, I wonder...
except for the Rosefest one.
Yeah. Rosefest definitely disappointed probably about the DNF for sure. Barely getting out of top 10 and then having to DNF right after must suck for sure.
Oh,
what are you saying?
I apologize. I went to check the reports channel, and it looks like Bottas moved over into Stewie, which shoved him into Rosefest.
Interesting.
So Bottas is going to lose out more than 1 position here, most likely.
We might play that on stream. I might try to pull it up, see if that's possible, so we can get a better view of it real quick. Just at the end, if I remember. But final 3 laps, no more safety car able to come out. Oh, actually, Tack's pitting. This is actually, yeah, he's going to go for the fastest
He's got
lap.
that 30-second advantage. He's going to go for the fastest lap. Why not? He's going to come out with a solid at least 8 seconds or so clear on Bottas. So I say, go for it.
All right, let's watch this.
It's not like he's going to be slower.
Definitely not. And that's going to be, someone passing him, I don't know. Status looking to get the fastest lap now. Seeing Tack coming out on softs must be like, damn. There goes that.
Well, Tact has to do everything he can to possibly jump from 3rd to 1st in the championship, assuming that Rosefest does not finish the last 2 races as well, like I said before. So, you know, he's 33% of the way there if he gets his fastest lap. And he would win the championship by 1 point.
I wonder if he's letting Status fly so he gets the DRS from the ghosting. He kind of went slow though, and Status picking up a lot more speed, so... Status picks it up for now, 117.3. Let's look at the fastest lap table. Just barely scraping it from Bottas there, and let's see what Tack can do. Tack really just has to beat 1 second. Or more, a little bit more than that to get the fastest lap away from Sadis here. Picks up the purple sector 1. And he's already 1 second down on his time, so I honestly think it's safe to say Tack will pick up the fastest lap unless he makes a corner cut or so.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, definitely a smart move on him because only a few laps left. He's definitely got the time for the pit stop, and he's going to be much faster on the softs. So he's really using as much of his energy as he possibly can right now.
Yeah,
he's down
2
to
seconds.
10% left.
He's got the fastest lap unless he makes a huge mistake here, and looks like he won't. So there it is, the extra point for Tack. Dominating this whole race since the very beginning.
116.2. Sin now within a second of Bottas. Not quite sure if he's going to do anything with that, but it is what it is.
It'd be nice to see him get it on
on merit.
Off. That is the saddest Mercedes off here in sector 1. 2 laps remain. But yeah, let's see if Sinfox will try to go for the cheeky move, beat him on track.
Might not. I mean, if he can easily get by him, then sure. I wouldn't risk it too much because there's a chance that they could get tangled, especially if he's going for side by side into a corner. But if he can easily walk past him on the straight, then I say go for it. Bottas has very little energy, and Sin has about half of his left right now. And he is within half a second coming into the stadium. Needs to keep it clean. Good traction coming out. Already gaining some time and is already engaged overtake.
Yep, I think he's going to go
opening
for the
DRS. Yep.
There it is.
Going for the outside. Giving a wide berth here to Bottas. But I do believe Bottas will. Nope. Sin also gets DRS on the straight as well.
Yep, he does. We have True Player maybe looking to get 7th place away from D's here. Let's see what he can do. The reserve driver.
Well, I know D's has a lot of penalties this race. I'm not sure what
yeah.
True Player 24/7 has. It's such a what a name. You know, there's been some back and forth here. You know, lots of strategies as Tack does cross the line to pick up first here in Mexico and the fastest lap for that extra point.
That puts True Player in front of him, but I don't think Dees is going to give up just yet, even with the penalties. And let's check up on Sinfox as he picks up 2nd place. Bottas picks up 3rd. Uwe coming home with a good 4th place. Maybe won it a little bit better, but still good race. Oh, that's Dees onto the wall. Or is that? Yeah. Oh no. What? Okay, I guess he must have like spun. I thought there was a wall there. And he looks by Madmen.
Niall jumping up 1 position due to penalties. Pass to Alex. True Player coming around the last turn here. And he jumps Alex as well.
There's those fireworks in the stadium section. Dees and Stewie. Stewie gonna look for the move. Oh my god, wow. Will he get it? These guys are gonna go side by side. Nope, they're good. That's gonna give Stewie the 4 points actually, as he picked up 8. And that is the race. And Madman actually dropped even more, so wow. Driver at 8, True Player, that's what the AI says. Do we still say Bottas?
Now, given that we know Bottas is the cause for the incident, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think I can do that.
I'll say Tack or Sin. Definitely good contenders.
I don't usually like to give it to the guy that starts first and finishes first, but
yeah. Let's just give it to Sin.
We'll give it to Tack.
Oh, okay. I mean, no penalties. I mean, that's pretty impressive. True player as well, actually, as well. No penalties. I can see why they also gave it to him. Fortunately, Rosefest with the DNF. Let's check the race director real quick.
Come on, game.
A lot of warnings here. Ooh, they did
Lots
get
of
screwed a
penalties.
bit.
Madman with 27 one penalty away from being disqualified.
You can see in the pit stop section, Bottas 3 asked for over repairing their front wings right away. And then Sad is also doing the same thing in lap 32. And that is the race. So should we do any interviews?
Up to you.
Let's bring... Hello.
Oh, hi. Oh, hi.
So, nice race, man. You got no penalties. How do you feel?
Yeah. I feel pretty good.
You knew you had him on penalties there at the end, yeah? Hello?
Did Righteous say something?
Oh, you guys have that plug again?
Oh, you can't hear me.
Here, okay, here. I'm gonna leave. Try to drag me back in.
Okay. All right.
Hi, can you hear me? All right, you ask him questions, Van.
No.
Oh,
Wow. Discord. Why?
well, what did you ask him, Righteous? I'll ask.
Just asking him about knowing about the penalties and what he was thinking, whether or not to actually make the move on track past Bottas or not.
So, did you know about the penalties Bottas had, and did you know when you were passing him? Like,
Oh yeah.
is that in your mind?
Oh yeah. I knew he had a number of penalties, and I knew I didn't have anything, but I just had the pace on him, and I was half a second behind him on that main stretch, and so I was like, you know what, whatever. It's the last lap. I'll just pass him.
Yeah, I mean, you still did a really good job. No penalties. I think you had the second warning like early on, so it must have been pretty tense.
Yeah, it was tough. Those S's are brutal. You have to take the right line, or it's just going to keep feeding you penalties.
Yeah, we saw a lot of penalties in the S's for sure.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm not sure how this race will affect the score just yet. So yeah, I'm really bad at interviews, so I always let the other guy take it. But do you have anything else to say, Righteous?
Well, he can't hear me, but yeah, congrats. Definitely gained a lot of points on Rose because of the unfortunate DNF at the beginning. So he's only 12 points away from taking the lead and that much closer to possibly taking the championship.
All right, well, we're gonna move you back, Instant Fox. We'll see you next week.
Cool. See you guys then. Thanks.
All right, well, anyone else you want to interview, or we good?
I don't really, well, unless somebody wants to talk about the accident at the beginning, Stewie or Bottas.
Let's try against Stewie and see what he says. Hello.
Hello.
So,
Bottas and Rosefest.
Yeah.
Little sandwiching you in there. Walk us through.
Just kind of got watched the clip there. It looks like I saw Rose off my left side. Me and him were just kind of holding the line there going into turn one. I didn't even see when it happened. I didn't see who came over. I knew that I didn't move over because I saw Rose on my left side, so I knew I couldn't go left. And just saw the clip, and it was a pretty serious cut over there by Bottas. So I don't know. I guess we'll just see what they do about that. But yeah, I mean, it was unfortunate. Luckily, a lot of penalties in the back of the field that moved us up and got us points still, so that was a big plus. But yeah, what a day.
yeah, it must
Well,
have been pretty boring being in the back, but you did end up.
It was, I think it helped though because it wasn't really feel like pressure to race super hard, so I was able to kind of stay out of the penalties. I only picked one just off of being lazy and taking corners bad, but I think it kind of helped out, and I was able to get some easy stops without trying to fight with anyone for track position. So it worked out in the end. Obviously, you don't want to be up in eighth. That's not the best for the points, but we'll take what we can get after a start like that.
yeah, sorry about your bad luck.
Yeah, it's all good, man. What a day.
All right, well, see you next week. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, guys, that's gonna be the end of the stream. We'll see you tomorrow for tier 3. Righteous.
Tier
should
3.
be
Yep,
there.
I will be here, and I'm not quite sure who my co-host will be, but I'll be around.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Yeah, take care.